Hi Pisces, welcome to June 2017. Neptune, your ruling planet, takes his turn to retrograde. That will happen on the 16th of June through November 22nd. So this is going to be a shift in energy for you this month with your ruling planet taking his turn to reverse. And he's very active at the Sagittarius full moon on the 9th of June. Leading up to the 9th, there's a lot of positive energy. Venus is trining Saturn, the Sun is trining Jupiter, and this is on the 1st and the 3rd of June. So as you go into June, this uplifting and inspiring energy, and the planets are changing signs. Mercury is on the move. Mercury enters Gemini on the 6th, then he enters Cancer on the 22nd. Jupiter goes direct 2 hours after the Sagittarius full moon. And so there's all this forward movement energy. Venus is direct, Mars is direct, Mercury is direct, Jupiter goes direct. So on the one hand, there is tremendous forward moving energy and planets changing signs, which is, very busy activity and opportunity, and that's exciting. With your ruling planet, retrograding, it may feel different for you. For some of you, you may be wanting to, take a break, go on vacation, go out into nature, enjoy the weather, and not be so focused on activities and being involved. So it will be unique for each Pisces depending on your life path, your goals, and what you're working on to achieve at this time. Venus enters Taurus on the 6th. Mars enters Cancer on the 4th. Cancer is your sister sign, and that brings the action to romance, true love, risk-taking. It's a very positive energy for you. Now, the Sagittarius full moon on the 9th brings the action to your destiny in the world, your reputation in the world, what you do in the world. You are Sagittarians when it comes to your profession in the world, your achievement in the world. And you want it to go far and wide, whatever you do, and to reach as many people, which is exciting and fun. Now, the moon is in positive energy flow with its ruling planet Jupiter, and Jupiter is trining the Sun, so both lights are in positive energy flow with Jupiter, which can be uplifting and inspiring. However, Neptune, your ruling planet, is T-squaring both lights, is squaring the moon in Sagittarius and squaring the Sun in Gemini. This is a challenging energy. And you may want to be like escaping. Like you may be feeling like, I just want to avoid people. I want to avoid, I just want to escape into fantasy. That's okay if you're doing it through books, through movies or television. If you're doing it in a way that isn't, drugs or alcohol, right? Too much. Now, I'm not saying you can't party. It's just that whenever we take anything to the extreme, it's not good for us, right? Like we need food to eat, but if we eat too much, it's not good for us. So balance is the key, right? And, this isn't over-the-top energy because you have Jupiter in there expanding everything. And then you have Neptune challenging it. So there is that tendency to want to, escape and go into the fantasy world. Now, that can be very good if you're using it in your creative projects, right? If you are a sci-fi writer, if you're someone who is metaphysical and does all kinds of creative, musical, theatrical, writing, whatever it is you do, art, and you pour that energy into the work, it can be incredibly amazing and successful. As long as we're not trying to avoid responsibility, because Saturn is involved in this full moon too. Saturn is coupled with the moon in Sagittarius, and he's opposing the sun. And Saturn is the stark reality. Neptune is the fantasy. Neptune is the illusion. And Saturn is grounding the moon so that we don't go too far off the rails, right? Because I can do that too, where I get too excited about something. And then, you know, like what goes up must come down, right? And so you can be really high, really low. You want to be in the middle, right? You want to feel good, be happy, but not too happy, right? And not too low, right? We don't want to go low. We just want to stay even, right? Balanced. And so this is a fun energy. It's a dynamic energy. It's an uplifting energy. People always want to celebrate and party when the sun goes into Gemini and the moon is full in Sagittarius. It's a festive energy, and that's exciting and fun, and it is happening in the area of what you do in the world. And there is a grand fire trine off of the moon and Saturn. As the moon moves forward, it will reach a grand fire trine to Uranus and Aries in the area of your money, to the North Node in Leo in the area of your work. So if you are being, you know, good and doing your chores and doing your duties and work and responsibilities, then you can really use this energy to like go for it, whatever you're doing. I mean, this is a phenomenal energy to apply to your career achievement in the world, your profession in the world, what you do in the world, to make more money, to expand your business, to expand your clients, your customers, your patients, whatever it is you do, you can see a dramatic increase in the expansion of what you're doing here in May, June, July, and so on. That's good news. But it will require you to be practical and show up, right? And not, you know, escape into, you know, the forest for weeks and months on end, unless you want to. Again, it's going to be unique for each one of you. And maybe you got a big fat trust fund and you don't have to work. But I still think it's good to work because it is, I think it's just important for the soul to have a project or an initiative, something that's yours that you work on, even if you don't have to work, which is great, but you can always volunteer, and that's a good thing too. So this is, you know, a very interesting time, and, you know, also there could be, you know, a challenge with at work where you don't want to be there, but yet you've got to, you know, you have to do the work, you have to show up, you have to be practical and responsible, and, you know, and you know, and then at home, you know, you may not want the responsibilities there either. You know, so there is that tendency, you know, first few weeks in here, that you really do want to perhaps dial out of the world and the work and the responsibilities. So create that balance where, you know, I'm going to do my work, but then I'm going to take, you know, the rest of the day off. Or I'm going to get this done here, and then I'm going to go do something really fun after I finish, right? That way, you're always looking forward to something in your day or your week, and that you have something to look forward to so that you can convince your inner child, your soul, to show up and do the work. And Jupiter moves direct a couple hours after this full moon, which is great. So now he's moving forward, and that's exciting. You know, he is a co-ruler of yours. He was your traditional ruler. So Jupiter does have an effect with the Pisces. Neptune and Jupiter are your rulers. That's why you're so able to visualize something and bring it into manifestation. There's a magic here with Pisces. You have the psychic abilities, you have the intuitive abilities, you have the magical abilities to manifest what you want. And that requires you to show up, though, and to not skip school or not skip work, you know, get the job done. Now, Venus and Mars are going to sextile on the 9th. And this could bring a new love interest for you because Venus is in Taurus, which sextiles Pisces, harmonizes. And she's trining Pluto because Pluto's in Capricorn, which sextiles Pisces. And that goes exact at the Cancer new moon with Venus trining Pluto. That's really cool. And Mars is sextiling Venus, and Mars is trining Neptune. So there is something here with the romance and the creativity and the risk-taking and opportunity for some of you to be using social media, to be using the internet, you know, to be podcasting, broadcasting, you know, whatever it is you do, that you're going to be really focused here in June on the creative part, the communication of your talent, gifts, and abilities, whatever it is that you do. You have a great opportunity this month to stretch your audience, to reach more people in whatever you're doing. And of course that goes into July too. And also it can be very financially rewarding for you, right? Because as your business grows, your presence in the world grows, your clientele grows, your following grows, and so on. And so this is a time for expansion in what you're doing through creative self-expression, through risk-taking. You definitely want to be taking some risks too with Mars moving through that area of creative self-expression, self-confidence, pouring positive energy into any planets you have in Pisces, which is really good. I mean, this is very supportive energy and, you know, exciting. It can also be romantic, where you meet someone new and there's a real sexual chemistry there, sexual attraction, fun, really fun. You could be meeting them through social media too. You know, you could be meeting someone new through whatever you do. They see you, they hear you, they connect with you, and magic happens. That's another reason why you want to show up and not play hooky the whole month. Although you can if you want to, right? You know, it's up to you. But if you channel this energy, your vivid imagination, your creativity into your work, it's going to open new doors for you. And it's going to expand your business. And you don't want to miss that opportunity because there's that part of you that just wants to, you know, check out and not be involved. Again, you can honor that part of you by giving yourself, you know, work half days. You know, take a couple days off during the week. Set it up in your schedule that you're taking time for yourself to escape, and then that way you are balancing your responsibility with your freedom, your free time. Then your ruler goes retrograde the 16th through the 22nd of November, giving you the opportunity to integrate everything you've learned since he went direct last fall in November 2016. What have you learned since then about yourself? What have you learned about the work you're doing, the relationships, your life, your spirituality, your spiritual life path? What have you learned? What do you want more of? What do you want less of? And the sun will sextile Uranus on the 18th. That's really good too. That could be, you know, something creative you're doing and it's financially rewarding, and something you're doing from home even, or something to do with the home that is very rewarding for you. Then the sun enters your sister sign Cancer on the 21st, and we have happy summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. Yay! I love summer. And of course, winter in the Southern Hemisphere. And the astrology works no matter where you are on the planet. And then Mercury enters Cancer on the 22nd, and then you have the new moon in Cancer on the 23rd. Now, Cancer is your sister sign, so this is very positive for you, and it's in a great part of your chart. It's in that area of romance, true love, soulmate love, sex, joy, fun, play, the inner child, outer children, sports, risk-taking, gambling, and expressing yourself, really coming to know yourself and expressing who you are in your creative projects, in what you're doing, in the world. And that's awesome. It is so good. Now, at the time of the Cancer new moon, we have the sun and the moon and Mercury coupled together. And Mars has edged up to about 13 degrees Cancer, and he's opposing Pluto. And they're both being T-squared now by Jupiter in Libra. This is going to be a very intense and volatile energy. It's on at the Cancer new moon on the 23rd, and it goes exact June 25th through July 2nd. Then the sun will catch up with Mars, and they will all form a grand square to Pluto in Capricorn, Uranus in Aries, Jupiter in Libra, Sun in Mars, and Cancer. That energy will go exact June 25th through July 20th. The reason I'm bringing it up is because I want to give everyone a heads up that we're coming into this volatile energy with Mars and Pluto, and Jupiter's making it worse. You know, I know Jupiter is a benefic planet, and Jupiter is optimistic and hopeful, but he can make Pluto behave worse and Mars behave badly. And that's when it's not helpful, right? You know, that's why, you know, I never look at anything as good or bad, because, you know, when Jupiter's there and he's making, you know, a situation that can go from bad to worse, then he's not good, right? And so it's you know, how particular people are going to use this energy. Jupiter is exaggeration. Sagittarius, you know, the shadow side of Sagittarius is exaggeration. We all have a shadow side, and each sign has a shadow side. And so you know, with the Neptune, it's illusion, delusion, fantasy, escapism. With the Sagittarius and the Jupiter, it is this exaggerating, and it is activating the Mars and Pluto energy, which can be very confrontational, and where some people want to destroy their opponent because of a perceived offense. And that's what I find the biggest challenge, is that people are going to be reacting to overblown situations or things that have been said, you know, that they didn't hear correctly. So it's very important that we are practicing detachment and examining what's being said, not what's being heard. Because it's very easy for some people to take offense about what's being said when they didn't even really hear what was intended or what was really said. And then they can lash out in negative ways, destructive ways, which is never helpful. And so for you, this is, you know, Cancer is a sister sign, so it is harmonious energy for you. However, you know, it can be, you know, where there could be a conflict with, you know, a romantic partner. There could be a conflict with a friend. There could be a conflict with somebody, a child, you know, one of your children. You could have a conflict, and it's very easy to get, you know, like I said, up into this energy and negativity, and that's not productive. it's okay to confront people, and I think that's important when we feel our boundaries have been crossed, or when we feel someone is doing something inappropriate with us. It is important to, stand up for yourself and, speak your truth and all. Yeah, absolutely, and you can do it in a way that's productive, right? When we are using language in a productive way and a helpful way, rather than using it to go on the attack and be offensive with people. And so it will depend on each person how balanced they are, how grounded they are, and how they are working with this energy as to how they're going to react or respond with it. And that's the amazing part of astrology, is whether you follow it or not, it's still affecting you. Whether you believe in it or not, it still has an effect. And so, because you're listening, you want to be aware and awakened, and that's good, so that you know how to navigate these energies and navigate these situations. And if someone is just being, barbaric or rude, just avoid them. Right? You don't have to deal with everyone. You don't have to confront everyone. It's in your domain as to how you take care of you and how you work with these energies. They can be productive if we're using language to empower others, to empower ourselves, or they can be negative and nasty, depending on how we approach people and how we go about it. And so, and also with Cancer, and Mars and Cancer, we can be a warrior for peace. We can be a warrior for love, right? And that is the high road with this energy, is being determined to not get caught up in the negativity and the fighting, and be calm, be peaceful, and send peace and love out into the world. That is the best gift that you can give others and the planet, is to be the Buddha, be the calm one, be the calm in the storm, be the peace, be the calm, be a warrior for love, be a warrior for peace, right? And, Cancer is an ultra-sensitive sign. The water signs are very sensitive. And so people are going to be ultra-sensitive with this energy. And, some people are going to feel like really offended, because they're so sensitive. Even the earth signs and the fire signs and the air signs. When we're in this quadrant of energy, the emotional quadrant, like Cancer, people can be very reactive. And so that's why we want to do what brings love and peace to the planet, brings peace and calm to the storm, and not get caught up in this energy. Now, for you, Pluto is sextiling you, and that gives you tremendous power. He will be sextiling you till 2024 when he enters Aquarius. And, so this is about you going within to find your answers, to find your solutions, to figure out what's really going on, right? So it's like you almost have to turn off the external and the noise, and go within and listen, because Pluto will give you the answers, right? Mars is trining you. Pluto is sextiling you. So it's about empowering you so that you can be doing your work, doing what you're here to do, and being incredibly creative. And so, it's about going deep within with Pluto. Digging deep, going deep, focusing on your inner guru here, and listening for the answers. You're incredibly intuitive. Many of you are very psychic, and you have clear audience, you have clearer vision, you have, the abilities to go into the higher dimensions and tap into your mighty I Am presence and your higher consciousness to get the right answers for whatever you're doing, so that you know what's the right choice for you, what's the right decision for you, and doing what's right for you. And when you do what's right for you, it's right for everyone else. And also, the grand fire trine is working for you. And that's going to be creating new opportunities for you in business and new advantages, in your work. And that increases your self-esteem. And so that's why it's so important for you to not get caught up in escaping or other people creating drama or starting situations that are just negative and have no value to them, and stay focused on your work, stay focused on your future, stay focused on what you're doing. And then you're going to feel really empowered, and your self-esteem is just going to grow and grow because you're being effective in the world, right? Where others are getting distracted and they're not focusing, you're focusing. And you're getting the word out, you're getting the message out, you're going to the next level and whatever you're doing, and therefore your self-esteem is just growing. So if some of you are feeling lost, just be aware, that's the Neptune taking his turn to reverse, but you'll get used to it. And, and then, with the Cancer new moon, you've got this wonderful new start in the area of romance and creativity. And that's where you want to be focused, right? Is living your best life and feeling good and feeling strong in your body and strong in your work. So for those of you open for love, it's on. It is hot stuff, baby. It's activated. And, you may already know this person, or you may be seeing more than one person. For some of you, or you are about to meet them, and it's exciting, it's fun, it's amazing. And, that too, for some of you, you could get so caught up in that you're not doing your work. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like having so much fun with this new person that you're just like, oh, I don't want to go to work. And is what a great way to go, though. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. For those of you already coupled, it really is about the romance at this time, and what you can do to bring that spark and keep that spark, the magic in the relationship. Jupiter is in that area of intimacy with you, and so, it can be a time of deeper intimacy and connection through romance, through sex, through creativity. It's a good month. It's a very good month. Career looks excellent. Career looks really good. You definitely want to stay focused on what you're doing in the world because it's growing. Spiritually, is take time for yourself, right? But do it in a balanced way, right? Is don't be extreme where, you're here today and then you're gone. Is balance is the key, right? Finding that middle ground of, work and me time, personal time, spiritual time, time for meditation, time for listening, time for tuning in to higher power and listening. Taking that time to dig deep so that you can hear the right answers for you and you know what's right for you and you're doing what's right for you. I'm not seeing any challenges in the health. So if you're taking good care of you, then you're going to be feeling really strong this month. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plussing my videos. Pisces, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. It's also up in the cards. So until next time, Pisces, your self-esteem is totally increasing from your creativity and the work that you're doing. And so stay focused on personal and business expansion.